Unfortunately, the Chicago Bulls lose to the New Orleans Pelicans 114-104. We'll talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. And yeah, the Bulls suck ass again. I mean, they never really stopped, if we're being 100% honest with it. But the Bulls lose this game after it was a very winnable game by just getting completely exposed in the fourth quarter of this game. For example, the Chicago Bulls, just to highlight how bad this was, at the start of the fourth quarter, the Chicago Bulls went on a 6-2 run. At that point, the Bulls are only down by 3 points with 10 minutes and 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Pelicans then go on a 30-12 run. That run lasts from 10 minutes and 27 seconds all the way down to 2 minutes and 43 seconds. And by the end of that, they had a 15-point lead against the Chicago Bulls. A 15-point lead against the Chicago Bulls after the Bulls just had the lead down to 3 points. That's the type of shit that we're talking about with this Bulls team. It's always half-assed with them. They finished the third quarter on a 16-4 run that goes from the 4 minute and 45 seconds-ish, down to the end of the third quarter. That's where they get the lead down by 1. The lead's down by 1. They go into the fourth quarter with a 1-point deficit. Start off the fourth quarter with a 6-2 run. And I said they were down. They were up by 3 points. And then allowed a 30-2 run in the fourth quarter to be down in this game. They allow a 38-point third quarter. That's where the Bulls lost this game at. And that's the problem with this Bulls team. Not only do they not know how to close, but as Josh Giddey has said, and it's been identified, this team just knows teams in the NBA just know all too well, if you refuse to go away against the Chicago Bulls, you're going to get the victory in this one, and that showed itself again today. The Pelicans out-hustled the Bulls today. They had 60 points in the paint compared to only 46 for the Chicago Bulls. 15 second chance points, the Bulls also had 15. 19 fast break points, 50 points off the bench, the Bulls had 47. 18 points off turnovers. They just owned this game for the Bulls. They out-rebounded us by 11, I believe. Out-rebounded us by 9. There you go on that one. And the Bulls had 13 turnovers in this game. So did the Pelicans also have 13 turnovers. But this was just a game where, again, the Bulls settled for too many three-point shots. The Bulls took 49 three-pointers in this game. Over half their shots. They took 92 shots in this game. They were 13 of 49 on three-point shots. They shot 27%. Why the fuck are you still taking three-point shots? Coby White was 1 of 10. 1 of 10. You got to stop shooting the three ball, bro. You got to stop. When you're 1 in 6, you got to stop shooting the three ball. Get yourself in rhythm. He does finish as the leading scorer for the Bulls with 20 points, but all this shit doesn't matter. It does not matter. Josh Giddey with 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, but 4 turnovers. 4 of them. And then you have that Billy Donovan recognizes, oh, let me bench Vooch and put Zach Collins in. Then because Jalen Smith gets in foul trouble or picks up a foul, his 4th foul, he brings Vooch back in. And the Bulls were already getting their ass kicked, so I can't even necessarily just blame it on Vooch. Vooch hits 2 meaningless three-pointers down the stretch of this game to get himself into double-digit scoring. He played like ass. Buzelis only scored 9 points. He couldn't guard anybody out there either. It was so bad defensively for Buzelis. They put Buzelis on Jeremiah Fears. Now, not to say Fears also had 20 points in this game, so shout out to Fears, but Jeremiah Fears is 6'3". 6'3". Modest couldn't guard Trey Murphy. He couldn't guard Herb Jones. He definitely couldn't guard Zion Williamson. And this is a game where Derek Queen, who has been lighting the world on fire, was 2 of 4 for 4 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 turnovers. Zion Williamson with 18 points in this game. Just bad basketball all the way around. All the way around. Bad basketball, bad coaching, bad decision-making, bad performance, bad everything. Everything about this Chicago Bulls team was bad tonight, objectively. Every single thing was bad. And they came out with the right energy. I'll give them that. People who watched the first quarter of this game, the Bulls came out and they had the right energy. They were getting after it. They were getting in passing lanes. They were getting out in transition. And they got kicked in the teeth after that. And then they still got the lead back heading into. They had the lead in the fourth quarter. To start off the fourth quarter, they had the lead. Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable. And that's what this team continues to be, man. We continue hitting our head on the same wall week after week, game after game. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous how this team continues to play, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. But hey, that's what we deserve as fans, according to AK and Eversley. That's what we deserve as fans. I'm so tired of it being such an effort thing with this team. Why are you taking almost 50 3-pointers? There is no reason for this Bulls team to take 50 fucking 3-pointers. There's no reason for that. None. Bulls play like cheeks with baby oil, no Diddy. At least we got NFC North leading Bears, though. Listen, I hear that. That's two completely different things, though, at this point. Like, Bears don't make me less upset about the Bulls because, listen, the Bears had to pull themselves out of hell, too. It's proof that you can do it. But unfortunately, because the Chicago Bulls are a bunch of bitches, they ain't never going to do it. And they're ran by bitches. They're owned by bitches. Everybody's a bitch. You a bitch. Not y'all. I'm talking about in the Chicago Bulls organization. This is just ridiculous, bro. Absolutely, absolutely fucking ridiculous to see this team perform in this manner. Just doesn't make any goddamn sense, bro. I'm so tired of this fucking team. 49 3-pointers today. 49 3-pointers. And it's not like the Pelicans shot well themselves. Pelicans went 8 of 33 from 3-point range for 24%. But you know the difference? The Pelicans realized, hey, let's only take these threes if they're wide open. Otherwise, let's take our ass to the paint. Let's attack this bitch-ass teeth of the defense by the Chicago Bulls. Let's do that. It's silly. See, in this thing, they miss Peter Patton. Get the fuck out of here with this. Peter Patton was a shooting coach. Like, I get it. I understand. But Peter Patton wasn't there going through the X's and O's of them with the game. If they miss Peter Patton that much, you can hire him. He's an independent shooting coach. You can hire him. You can still work with him. Modest Buzelis still worked with him this offseason. Dalen Terry still worked with him this offseason. Miss me with that they miss Peter bullshit. Haize, Modest really has to learn to move without the ball, especially when he has a smaller player on him. The problem is he was doing that at the beginning of the season. He was doing that at the beginning of the season. Why do you stop? How do you stop doing something that's fundamental basketball as far as attacking the rim? Coby's out of rhythm, but he will come good. Vooch is done, though. Bench player. When Giddey is getting this few assists, your offense is obviously fucked. BD is terrible. Listen, you don't need Josh Giddey. We've seen the Bulls that didn't have nearly the passer that Josh Giddey. We are too good as a passing team. Josh Giddey should not have to have 10, 11 assists every night for the Bulls offense to be decent. He just should not have. And again, that's no knock on Josh Giddey at all. Giddey, that's not basketball. You don't need that every night for this team to play like they actually give a fuck. Why did Donovan put Vooch instead of Collins in the fourth? Dumb coach doesn't realize the liability of Vooch in the closing game. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, I really thought after the last game, Billy Donovan would have learned this lesson, that Nikola Vucevic is not a closer. It's different if you're just in a situation where you're trading buckets back and forth, maybe I can understand putting Vooch in. But when you need some defensive stops and you're playing against a team that, for the most part, even though they've been terrible defensively on the season, was playing solid defense against you, that's not Vooch. Now, I'll give Vooch this credit. Vooch played really good defense against Derek Queen in the first half of the game, and it completely took Derek Queen out of this game. Then Jalen Smith and Zach Collins continued it. But everything other than that was ass, man. Billy Donovan didn't learn a goddamn thing from the last game in the fourth quarter. Buy out Vooch. They're not going to buy out Vooch. Vooch's contract is too high. They're not going to buy out Vooch. That's off the table. They're not going to buy out Vooch. So let's eliminate things that aren't going to be realistic. There's zero. I'm telling y'all right, zero chance they buy out Vooch. But you don't have to play him in the fourth quarter just because you're not buying him out. What makes me so upset is this team will get steals and look to go to the three-point line instead of going to the paint. Bro, that is something that literally drives me crazy every single time. To stop at the three-point line on a fast break and take a bad three is stupid. I do not know enough basketball knowledge to make statistical analysis of anything other than the Bulls basketball, but why the hell was Vooch in the fourth quarter? That's just so frustrating. Bro, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Since Coby back, what happened to the team? Missing Io, Billy, dumb coach, Vooch already give up, Modest can't rebound, so many problems to fix. Why sit Giddey for so much of the second and third quarter? He has fouls, but it's not so what? Because he has fouls. Because if he got another foul in the second quarter, then you can't play him in the third. So that's why you sit him, because of the fouls. That you can't say the reason and then say why. So what? Like, that's a major reason. Because if Josh Giddey gets his fourth foul in the second quarter, then we don't see Josh Giddey for a large chunk of the second half of this game. Haize, what Vooch had 9 rebounds to start the fourth quarter. He had 9 rebounds to end the quarter. That's crazy. I know folks are down on this team, but people act like Modest is untouchable, laugh my ass off. He is a prospect. Nope, I'm not even putting him on the Giddey tier for keepable players. Well, and I'm sorry, Bathrobe Pain, but that's stupid. Like, I get what you're saying, but like when a player has as much potential as Modest, like imagine if the Bulls traded Io his second year when he had a down year. And Modest has way more potential than Io DeSumo ever had. So no, you don't trade a player that's young when you're that far away. It would be different if the Bulls are like, oh damn, we're like one player away from winning a title, and then you may push your chips in and trade a young player to get a vet, a la the Houston Rockets with like trading Jalen Green for Kevin Durant. But the Bulls are way too far away to be giving up players with the potential of Modest Buzelis. Yes, and he's not even having a down second year. I mean, he's still overall giving better production than his first year, but people expected Modest to hit this leap in the second year, and he's just not going to do that. He was never going to do that. Vooch going to help us get a great draft pick. No, he's not. What team is going to give you a great draft pick for Nikola Vucevic? Lee, think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying. Think about the production and how bad Nikola Vucevic has been. Oh, well, you probably mean tanking. My bad. I mistook what you meant. Had to calm down for a second. Had to think there. This team ain't it. Moves need to be made or we will continue to lose. But that's the thing. I don't see any move that actually helps this team win drastically better than what they are right now. Because, again, it's not about the pieces. It's about the effort that you're giving out there. Being in person at the game today, I really saw how dense this team chooses to be IQ-wise. Telegraphing passes, settling for outside shots, not even putting our hands up on defense. Hey, listen, it is what it is, bro. At this point, we would be doing Modest a favor trading him to a coach that can improve him. Exactly. Last year, Modest was an active rebounder. Now he's saying, what Modest Buzelis were you seeing last year? One of Modest's biggest knocks last year was that he wasn't rebounding the ball consistently. Like, don't get me wrong, he was better than P. Will last year as far as rebounding the ball, right? And I think that's the thing that you're looking at. He was coming off of P. Will, who didn't rebound at all. But he's averaging 2 more rebounds per game than what he averaged last year. Like, so Modest hasn't regressed as a rebounder at all. To make matters even worse, they didn't really have any shot blocking when Queen was out there, and we still didn't attack the rim. Because this Bulls team, it's not even just about shot blocking with this Bulls team. This Bulls team doesn't like physicality, right? Like this team, literally, if there's any opposition with going to the rim, they won't do it. And, I mean, they started doing it at times this game. Like, we started seeing Coby do it. We started seeing Jalen Smith do it. We started seeing Josh Giddey do it. Until this team realizes, hey, I need to attack the paint. Let me stop settling for these dumbass three-pointers, and let's actually start attacking the paint. Until they realize that, nothing's going to change for this team. Nothing will change for this team at all. This is bad coaching. You keep Vooch in when he's trash as fuck in defense. Crazy you see what worked last game and go back to your old ways and keep Vooch in. Well, I mean, Vooch was out, and then he put Vooch back in, right? Vooch didn't come in the fourth quarter until about 7.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. But still, you didn't even need that. You didn't need that. I think Bulls shoot more threes than any NBA. No, they don't. They don't shoot more teams than any. There are teams that are averaging way more than that. Hold on, let me see. I can give it to you. Give me 1 second. Let's go to team. Let's go here. Let's take a look. Make sure I'm not tripping, because maybe I'm tripping. So, no, the Cleveland Cavaliers average the most three-pointers by far. Bulls are 12th in three-pointers attempted per game, though. They're 12th. So, above halfway. I do not know anymore. We may just be a bad basketball team. I'm almost done with this team. I had high hopes for the season this year, man. I was wrong, bro. Listen. And it, like I said, this isn't even just talent a thing. This is a scheme thing. This is intelligence. This is a passion thing. Like, it takes work, and you want to grind it out to attack the paint. This Bulls team is settling for bad three-point shots way too consistently. Way too consistently. And so, as long as that's going to be a thing, and you're not going to play tough defense, all that type of stuff, this is where the Bulls are going to be, man. This is where they're going to be. Nothing is going to change for this team until they realize what is really ailing them and wants to actually change it. And it doesn't seem right now like they give a damn about changing it. They're getting punched in the face repeatedly by bad teams, and they're just like, cool. Billy Donovan was like, hey, we're not that different than the Pacers. We're not that different than the Pelicans. And you don't want to prove it wrong. You don't want to prove it wrong. So what can I say? It's stupid. It's just stupid. And forget to mention our front office. We traded away Caruso, DeMar Levine without any draft pick. We did get a few draft picks back in that, so that's incorrect. I still don't understand what the front office is doing. DTP will lots of busts they draft except IO. I'm not watching any more Bulls games until Vooch gets traded. He frustrates me tremendously, my boy. Billy keeps playing him too. Hey, listen. Hey, VO, I wish I could have a rebuttal to that, bro, but I can't even blame you for having that opinion. I really can't even blame you for feeling that way. Fire Billy Haize so we can tell this team about themselves. You think I have the power to fire Billy Donovan? Believe me, if I had the power to fire Billy Donovan would have already been gone. Haize, the sad part is these last couple of games, teams don't even need to beat us by a three-point line. They just attack the basket and get on our ass. Absolutely. Where can we go for Bulls fans counseling and therapy? To hell? To hell. That's basically all we got is going to hell. I want a reporter to ask Coby why is he scared to attack the rim. I mean, he started attacking in the second half of the game. We just need to see him do it more consistently. Vic was more engaged for about the first 5 minutes on defense and shot like ass, but again, another shitty game after just calling out the whole team. Karma's a bitch. I mean, I don't know what else to say to that than karma's a bitch. Billy is an analytical coach, and they don't like post-ups or mid-range shots. Here's the thing. I can hear you when you say that, but when the Bulls, if you go and look at his other teams, even before here, they post up, they took middies. If you look at the one winning season he had here, we posted up, we took middies. So I can't say that Billy Donovan is one of those coaches that is like, oh, don't post up and don't run. Like, I don't think Billy Donovan's saying, hey, only take threes. I really don't think that. I mean, if you look at it for the majority of Billy Donovan's career here, we weren't taking enough threes, right? So I don't even think that these players are playing lazy. Listen, and I'm not even a Billy Donovan. They can fire Billy Donovan today, right now. I would drive him to O'Hare and send him about his way. So this isn't an in defense of Billy Donovan thing, but this is more of a let's not abstain these players from them and their lazy ass decision making. This isn't just a Billy Donovan thing. These are these players, they're lazy, they're bitches, they're hoes, and they don't want to play tough. And somebody can clip this and send them to them. Man, I ain't letting this Bulls team frustrate me. I'm happy that these Chicago Bears won. We got a good team to worry about at this point. That's hilarious, but I can't even blame you for it. The best time to tank is when you tell the NBA and the world that you'll never tank. Everyone believes that, so the Bulls could be free from penalty. Yeah, no, that's coping right there. Hey, explain to me how you listen, you already brought that up. Stop hammering that same point. We know. Vooch was a pansy on rebounding today. The lack of effort is obvious. Has Billy lost the dressing room? Dressing room? I don't think they have a dressing room. They have a locker room, but I'm just messing with you. But yeah, I do. I think Billy has lost. I mean, all jokes aside, and I know that's not something to say lightly, but I really do believe that Billy Donovan has lost his locker room. Just all jokes aside. I think that Billy Donovan not only has lost the locker room, I think that these players aren't playing for Billy anymore. They may still very well like Billy. They may care for Billy. They may have an affinity for Billy, but I don't think that this team either that or Billy Donovan's voices just stopped resonating with these players. And if that's the case, that's an even more scary of a proposition, to be 100% honest with you. If Billy Donovan's voice is not resonating anymore, you got to move on from the coach. And the problem with that is I don't see AK and Eversley doing that. I don't see AK looking at the situation, looking at where the Bulls are, and saying, hey, listen, Billy, we may love you. We may like you. We may like the fact that you're collaborative. We may like you as a person, but we have to make the best decision for our basketball team, and you got to go. And I don't trust AK and Eversley to do that at all. I don't trust them to do it. Do you think even a coaching change reignites this team? I think if you get the right coach, yeah. Now, I'm not saying that a coaching change in the middle of the season does that, right? If they fire Billy now and hire interim head coach, I don't think that it changes much. But if you hire the right permanent head coach, a guy, keep it like this, like they need what the Bears sought out. The Bears sought out somebody who's going to be a leader of men in that locker room. You see Ben Johnson for the Chicago Bears after Bears games, and he's just as hype as the players. I think that resonates with some players. Like, I don't think every player needs that, but I think that this team is surely lacking from a coach with an identity. And I don't think Billy Donovan really has an identity. And that's, again, it sounds harsh, but it's accurate. Like, Billy Donovan, like, what's Billy Donovan's coaching personality? Right? What's his coaching personality? You can't think of one. Right, you maybe can look at his style, you may be able to look at the scheme, but what's the personality of Billy Donovan as a head coach? He doesn't have one. Him and Patrick Williams have the same personality when it comes to basketball. So I think that a different coach that has more of that fire, more of that just that big personality, that leadership quality, because we don't have a leader on the court. And so when you don't have that, you need somebody who sets a standard and is a leader in your locker room. The Bulls don't have that, right? The Miami Heat could not have a single player on their roster that's quote-unquote a major leader. But Eric Spoelstra is going to be the star on that team, right? He's going to be the guy that leads that locker room. So I think until you have either a locker room leader or a coach that is going to really stand up and command the respect, this is a certain way, a standard of how we do things. Until you do that, I don't think that the Bulls really make any significant movement one way or another, right? And so you guys know, I'm not a Billy Donovan guy. I defend everybody against false narratives, whether it's a player I like, whether it's a coach I love, whatever. If there's a false narrative, I'm going to defend somebody against it. But with that said, there are some false narratives about Billy, but Billy still needs to go. He has to go. At this point, it's time. It's run its course, right? Billy Donovan has been here now, this is 6 years, one winning season, right? Your record has gotten worse every single year until last year, where you finally kept the record the same. It looks like it's going to get worse again this year. There are very few NBA coaches that will survive what we just talked about. That's on top of the other things, the lack of player development, all that type of stuff, right? So when you factor this all in, there's more than enough case. When you look at just cause, there's more than enough just cause for Billy Donovan to be removed. Unfortunately, we have a front office that worships the monkey teat that Billy Donovan developed from. And that then you leave somebody who has such job security that it's ridiculous. So, it is what it is. At this point in time, we can complain about it. I don't think the coaches is going to be changed during the season. I've already told y'all a major trade probably isn't coming during the season. This is where the Bulls are. And we'll see. We'll see what this team looks like. And that's all I can really say at this point in time, man. This sucks. Where we are sucks. Where this team is, it sucks. It all sucks, bruh. So, Bulls are 10-15. We'll see what comes next, I guess. But I tell you what comes next for me, sleep, because I'm done. Make sure you guys follow us at Bulls Central Pod. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.